tonight? Are you close to here? I'm feeling down, I don't know why. No, it's so surreal. Think I want you here. Oh, 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 oh. I don't ask for much, no, I don't need that much.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, welcome. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today's video is sponsored by Cricut, so thank you Cricut for sponsoring this video. But this video is packed full with motivation. We are giving my boys a bedroom refresh. This room, as you can see, we are just going to get started in here because it was way overdue for some love and care. I would be a terrible person if I let it linger any longer, but we've been pretty busy over here and it's kind of been pushed on a back burner. But now we are getting it all together for my boys so that way they can have a comfier, cooler space to live in.
Makes me complete, strip me down to my bare bones. Too long, phasing down the concrete, moving like great machines. Strip me down to my bare bones. Haven't had a pause yet, maxing out my mistakes. All my dreams might be made of gold. Dizzy on a Sunday, knocked out on the Mondays. All the shallow friends are mine. I got that champagne dripping from inside my spine. No credit cards to buy my time. You know I never listen. It's not too late for you to let it go to my beat. Rhythm makes me complete, strip me down to my bare bones. Too long, phasing down the concrete, moving like great machines. Strip me down to my bare bones.
So my husband and I had to tag team this project. I thought I can do it by myself, but there was just no way that I could get all of this done. And it was pretty late on this night, so I had so much going on at one time that we just did it together. And it was good because it allowed my husband to see just how the room looks when it's in this much of shambles. He's not used to being on the cleaning crew when it gets this bad. So we were able to talk and discuss how we can help the boys to not do this again moving forward. Even though it gets this way pretty often, I sort of need to figure out a way to help them with a better system. So hopefully this will help them now.
Isn't this the good life? Sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks. Citrus in our beverages. Citrus in our beverages. Show only the good sides. Always pretty smiles are covering our faces. You know it is all lies. You know it is all lies. On and on it goes. Round and round the rodeo. Breathing out air for a minute. Taking my time to begin with. On and on it goes. Swinging down in life, you know. Breathing out air for a minute. Yeah. Hey, would you rather stay right here? Make everything disappear. Keep playing my favorite song. Put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear.
If you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that whenever I am in a space that is very, very overwhelming, I like to work in sections. And in this room, I did bed by bed. So I just took everything off of one bed, got the sheets changed, and then I'm going to move on to the next bed. But this room, the upstairs in my house, is like the dustiest and the warmest area in my home. And because my husband had drilled the holes in the walls to put the TV up. It was way worse on this day. So you can see just how dusty it was in this room when we are cleaning up. And I'm going to get that dust against the wall handled and turn on the air purifier, and it gets so much better in here.
Favorite song, put your rose-colored glasses on. What if we stay right here? Make everything disappear. Lay low in the beaches, sun. Put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah, put your rose-colored glasses on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a good life. Sitting on the front porch, sipping on the rocks, citrus in our beverages.
If you are new here, hi, welcome again. My name is Tatiana. I am a mom of 2 boys. They are 3 and 8, and I am also a military wife. Here on my channel, I put out weekly cleaning motivation. I try to put out a video every Sunday, so that way I can give you guys all the motivation you need for the week ahead. Lately, it's been looking like every Monday, but either one of those days, you should expect a video from me. If you enjoyed this type of content or this video, before you leave, I would love, love, love if you would hit that subscribe button and join my family.
Way to the spot where we already are. Stay here under the palm trees. Won't you lay here with me? Baby, there's no plan for the wicked. There is no hope for the lonely.
I always notice when my boys are getting tired of a space or they're just not enjoying a space anymore, because they will do this, what they did to the room. Like, it will not be kept up, it will not be in any shape or form the way that is supposed to be, or even close to it. They will just leave their stuff everywhere. They did this with the toy room, they did this with the reading nook. So they really enjoy when things are constantly changing and new things are coming in, old things that they are not playing with are going out. I enjoy that for them, but it does become a little bit of a hassle when they turn the room out like they did in this video here. I have spoken to them about it, but I think that is just the way they let me know when they are bored, and I'm okay with that as long as they are not getting too out of control, like just throwing them all over the hallways and stuff. Just keeping them where they are works for me.
Baby, there's no plan for the wicked.
Okay, so now that both of the beds are made, I can show you this project I made with my Cricut Joy. So Cricut was nice enough to send me their Cricut Joy, and I love this machine. Why? Because it is so small and portable. I literally can bring it all around my house and hook my phone up with the Cricut Design Space and just do everything I need to do wherever I am. As long as I have Wi-Fi, it works. But I am just signing on to Cricut Design Space, and for this project I used the keyword read. This is originally the design that I was trying to do on my own, but I thought, hey, let me go on Cricut Access and see what they have. And they ended up having the same exact design with a little twist to it. So I chose this over the one that I was doing because it was simpler and easier for me to do. But when you are selecting your project from Cricut Access, it tells you everything you need to do. So as you can see, when I put it onto my template, it was too big and I needed to resize it. So I just dragged it and resized it, and it let me know when I was in good standings for the machine. Here is the machine in action. It moves really quickly, and It also has the dial up, so you can see just where it is in the cutting process. It goes from 0 to 100%, so you can see what it's doing. And whenever you are loading the machine, again, it tells you everything you need to do. So it just tells you what tools you need, what kind of vinyl you're using, if you need a mat or not. And I am using the Smart Vinyl Permanent, so I didn't need a mat, which was perfect because I was able to tackle this project so quickly with just the vinyl itself. I feel like the Cricut Joy is like the perfect starter Cricut because it has no buttons. Wherever there's Wi-Fi, you can connect it to your design space, whether it be on your phone, on your laptop, or computer. Wherever there's Wi-Fi, it works. So that is a plus. But now I am just getting started on my project and I'm showing you how I'm doing it. Everything that I purchased was from Dollar Tree, so I spent $1 because I already had the paint and the brushes. I just needed the frame. So I chose an 8x10 frame. I'm just wiping it off with some glass cleaner to make sure there's no oils, fingerprints on the side that I am placing the vinyl. So Cricut was nice enough to send all of the tools needed to complete this project. I am just going to weed out all of the excess vinyl that I don't need, that's in between the letters and all around the letters. And I'm going to just put on some transfer tape and buff it out with the spatula. I don't know if it's called a spatula, but I'm going to buff out all the air bubbles so that way I can put it onto the glass itself. I noticed that these two tools are a major plus for this Cricut. Well, all Cricuts, I'm guessing, because for me it can make or break my project, probably because I'm still pretty new to this. But if I don't buff it, I don't know why I keep saying buff it, but if I don't get all the air bubbles out, then I am just completely lost after that. So as you can see, I kind of struggled on this part a little bit because, and this is funny because usually I have done a few other projects so that way I won't be completely lost whenever I am making this video. And this is the first time I struggled this bad. I was being too gentle at the wrong times. In this moment when I am taking out the air bubbles, I needed to put way more pressure than what I was doing. So as I'm pulling back this transfer tape, it was not coming off and I had to keep going in with the spatula and trying to put more and more pressure on it. But I ended up making a second project to go in the boys' room because when we put this in there, it didn't go the way I expected it to, the way we put the chairs. So the next time I did this same project, I put way more pressure and the transfer tape came off exactly the way it needed to. Once I got it off the original vinyl and onto the transfer tape, putting it onto the glass was a breeze. I just put the transfer tape on, took out the air bubbles, and it came right off just like it was supposed to. I did a test run of this project before I showed it on camera, and usually I would try to paint over the letters, but the paint, because it is Dollar Tree paint, I wasn't expecting too much from it, but the paint started to run off, so I'm just going to paint over the back, and it still came out the way I wanted it to. I love how this frame came out. Like, I am actually so proud of myself. I am not really a crafty person. So, to be honest, when I was offered this collaboration, I was pretty nervous on how my project would come out. I went over so many different projects in my head, but I love how this came out, and I've just been doing so many different projects with this Cricut Joy, and Thank you so much to Cricut for sponsoring this video and sending me this Cricut joy, because it is going to be so fun for myself and my family.
Head held high, even though it's not a lie that we need deep in the dust. Killing time while pretending that we're fine, thinking someday we will burst. You and I are falling behind and I'm ready to go. Get out while we're whole. Now take my advice, take my advice. Let go, I wanted you. I know, you feel it too. Cut loose, before we sink into the oceans, blue, the ocean.
Moving on to adding some decorations in this room. This is the same sign that the boys had before, but I'm just going to add new frames. And this is when my husband comes in, because I cannot hang anything. If I'm hanging it, you can expect it to be lopsided. So I really needed someone else to take a look at it and hang it themselves, because everything in this room would have been a little slanted.
Take my advice. Let go, I wanted you. I know, you feel it too. Cut loose, before we sink into the oceans, blue, the ocean. I hear we sink into the ocean, blue, the ocean. I wanna leave and finally be free.
I've gone back and forth with the idea of buying a dresser for the boys, because I know they can really use it, but I just don't see myself putting a dresser into this room no time soon, or just even while we are here. I don't want to put too many like big items in here, because the room is already full of things. I didn't want to add another bulky thing to this room. But it was at this moment where I am putting these clothes away that my husband stopped and he said, "Wow, you clean fast and I don't know how you do it." Like I mentioned before, he's not usually a part of the cleanup committee when the room is out of control. But this time he was here and he was able to see just what I mean when I say that their room is in need of some attention.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't get around. But there's something about you I like. About you I like. You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like. About you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high.
This essential oil diffuser is one of my favorite things in this room, because you just touch the owl's little feet and it turns on. It also has a night light and it plays white noise, so it works really well. And I put it next to my little one's bed because he's the one that struggles with the dark at night, and he just touches his feet and turns it on, and ever since I've put this in here, I think the kids just play with him because I don't know, he's always on, like he's always going. So I think they just play with him, not realizing that it is a diffuser and it has a specific purpose. They just play with him.
And lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us, gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better, yeah. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us. Talking to each other, I know we feel the same about the situation, like we're stuck inside a game. Time to get out of this circle, yeah, we both carry a scar. Let's rewrite the part we're playing, time to cherish who we are. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the chance, not like anything we've done before, yeah.
So we decided to take this organizer that I had in the toy room that was holding the toys and put the kids' books on here so that way they can have their books in their room, because the books were ending up in their room anyway. So we figured this would be a better use of this organization system here. And when the boys walked in, my youngest was asleep, but my oldest was so happy with how this turned out, and I think that is why we do it, just to see them smile, and it just made me feel so good after we completed this. But look at how my project turned out. Like, it just fits in this space, and the red really stands out. I thought it wasn't going to stand out because it is Dollar Tree paint, but it does stand out. And when I add the next one, hopefully in my next video, you will be able to see how the other one looked in here as well.
Not like anything we've done before, yeah. Now it's time for something better, and time for us to follow.
Okay, so here is the finished product of the boys' room, and I could not be happier with how this turned out. And we really did not purchase anything new except the floating shelf that's at the bottom of the TV, the two frames, and they were both $10 from Burlington. We already had everything else in here. And also the two chairs we picked up off of Facebook Market when my husband first came home from deployment, and that has been with us ever since. But on a budget, we were able to tackle this, and I'm just so happy with how this came out. But now we are cleaning up the aftermath of cleaning the jungle, and everything gets thrown out into the hallway. So we are going to tidy this area up, and also their bathroom. Cleaning this hallway pretty much consisted of sorting through garbage, sorting through school supplies and toys, and just getting everything back to where they go. For some reason, my little one, he loves to take the tops off of markers. So all the time up here, I am finding packs of markers without tops, and usually I catch them pretty early so that way they are not dried out, which is a good thing. But I don't know why he does that, but there's been plenty of occasions where I found complete packs completely open. So I don't know, maybe I should ask him about it, but I think it's pretty funny that he does that. And then I don't find any artwork or any projects. Good thing he doesn't, knock on wood, he doesn't write on the walls or anything. I think he just takes the tops off for fun. I don't know.
It isn't hard to tell what you were thinking, babe. Your thoughts are only getting louder.
The clothes in this area are from a bin that I found in our little storage area when I went to look for my fall decor. I ended up finding a whole bin of some summer clothes and some winter clothes that I had put away last year for this summer. And I knew I had put these clothes somewhere, I just didn't know where I put them. And true Tatiana fashion, I found them at the end of summer. So now I'm just going to put them neatly in the toy room so that way I can go through them at another time.
Now it's over. It can't be over. Over.
Having this entire upstairs completely clean is like the best feeling ever, not just for myself, but I know it feels good for my boys. So, and now we are moving on into their bathroom, and this bathroom was definitely overdue, and I'm just so happy I was able to tackle this bathroom and get it fresh and back in order for the boys. I did not have any cleaning products up here, surprisingly, so I just had to go through everything with this awesome spray, and I literally poured out the whole bottle everywhere, on the sink, on in the toilet, and in the shower. I just opened the top and just sprayed it and poured it wherever need be, because this is the only thing that I had up here and it worked out pretty well. I did end up going to get some disinfectant wipes to wipe off the counter because I didn't like the residue that the awesome spray was leaving on the counter. Okay, so in this close-up, you can see that red stuff that is like running down from the mirror. I am honestly not sure what that is. I think it's rust from when the boys take a shower and the mist or whatever, the fog that is in this bathroom causes the mirror to rust and run down the side. But I am going to contact maintenance just to get that checked out because it grossed me out so much. And I need to figure out what it is because it is kind of all over their counter at this point. But if you are still here watching, I thank you so much, and I appreciate you for being here. This video is coming to an end. Thank you so much to Cricut again for sponsoring this video. Be sure to check out the description below to get all the information you need. If you are still here and you haven't done so, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, like and comment down below on this video. I would love to have you guys a part of my family, and I love talking and getting to know you guys. So, talk to you in my next one. Bye.
You're the antidote. Losing sleep, I'm in too deep. No matter where I hide, you got me sleep deprived.